Hi Zoe. So good to see you all again. So we'll wait for people to join in. I'm sure you guys all having a great time. And India is now, I'm from India, so it's a month of celebrations. And then we have the artists have the celebration of the challenge called Inktober. So it's nice, exciting month. So just wait for another few minutes for people to join in. Another a minute. Hola. Aaron Zippy. Hola. I think it is Buena Vista. Saying have a good day. So I've been working on this Inktober challenge. I am sure all of you are also hooked onto this Inktober challenge. So while we just wait for a minute, just a glimpse to my, I just used it on my, because there were a lot of ideas when it is Inktober. You get to do a lot of ideas. So then I finally settled with this for now. Maybe I'll do another one. So I'm not sure. So, and I've taken the challenge. So this year I started doing something, a challenge that I will work on something. So I'm working on colors of brown and tan, the tile paper being tan, and the pen is going to be only black and brown, and charcoal, white charcoal and graphite. So I'm going to stick to this challenge of only using these two medium and then going and doing it. So right, so this is, it's still day 12, day 13 is done, day 13 is also over. So I post a combined one onto my stories, and on my feed I just posted 1 to 6 days. So if you see it on my stories, I do it every third day kind of a stuff. So it's nice fun. So I'm doing, this is my third year I've joined this, and I have a box which has only the patterns which has been used, swatch card for the, which is used only for the Inktober. So have that. So it's fun. You should. It helps a lot. So let's start. So this is something hola, because I just came out of a class for the kids. So I use this to say them hello. So hello to you all. And hola. And this is a small note to say that I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. I hope you're able to hear me. So it's, I just to say that I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, certified from the Zentangle Inc. And to teach this art form, you need to be certified, and I'm certified, and this is my third year of teaching, and I'm enjoying it, mentoring people, guiding them, and making friends. So that's where it is. So to teach this art form, you need to be certified, and this video or the session which I'm taking is completely mine. So no further use of it for commercial or for teaching purpose. For your personal use, for doing it, you can use this session. So that's the small note. And the Zentangle, we use a standard tile, which is a Zentangle tile, which we call it as tile, and this is a 3.5 inch. So this is a very nice textured one. It's good because it can easily move around, and easy to do it, and a size compatible size. And I will be using two pens. I'm going to use 01 and a 03 pen. I'm going to use a Sakura and a black one. Today I'm going to work again on black, classic one. And we recommend strongly on the Sakura Micron, because we've seen the artwork being there. So that's the thing. And then I'll be using these two tools. It's a stub and a graphite, Zentangle graphite pencil. But you don't have these tiles, you can use any normal sketchbook or a good art paper or a normal paper. You could use it, because right now we fine with what you use it, because we just want to relax. That's just one up. Otherwise, the right material is very important, because that's the respect you give it to your art form. So we're going to use these 4 tools to create artwork. So if you do not have these stub, you can even use a earbud. And this is a normal graphite pencil also, you can use it. This is Zentangle graphite pencil. And if you do not have these Sakura pens, you can use a normal uniball pen, different varieties of uniball, which I use it for my practice. But the reason, if you want to have your artwork kept for long, so then the right use of pen is very important. So that's it. So we're going to use these. So before we start, let's relax ourselves, because I would need it, and also you also would need it, because I've been sitting for long. So just relax yourself, make yourself comfortable, and stick normal breathing. We will do a count of 6 breathing, and the first 3 breathing we just do a nice deep breath and exhale, and the next 3 deep breaths we just take it in with good memories and thoughts, bring a smile on our face, and letting go which is going to been troubling you, or something which is bothering you. Just say, exhale it out and say, just let it go, kind. So that's it. And then in the end we do a thank you, gratitude and appreciation for this particular art, or the whomever you want to show your gratitude. Just let's close our eyes and give our gratitude, and then we slowly open our eyes and start our session. Why do we do this? Is just to relax, calm yourself, so that you can get into enjoy the Zen session which we're going to have it. So let's start. Take a normal deep breath. Take a nice deep breath and exhale it out. Take another nice deep breath and exhale it out. Take another nice deep breath and exhale it out. Take one more deep breath, bringing in a smile on your face, and let it go. Once more, let's bring in more memories. Bring a smile on your face and just let it go. Let's do once more, last time. Take a nice deep breath, bring a smile on your face, and let it go. Let's say thank you, whomever you want to show gratitude. And let's open our eyes slowly. Okay. Today's session, we're going to play with a pattern that's again from the Inktober pattern. So let's play. Just let me take the page to give the demonstration. So we'll be playing with a pattern called Lunar Flux. Right, so we're going to play with Lunar Flux, and this is a very simple, nice pattern, and it's part of the Inktober and the first pattern of the Inktober. So we're going to play with that. So we're just going to draw a stalk. You can start in two ways, so I'm just going to show you two different ways. So we'll draw a stalk, and then we're going to draw a small raindrop or a teardrop, 3 of them. Right? And then we're going to do a small projection on top, and then we're going to do an aura of it. Right? Just going to do an aura of it, and just do an aura of it, and then we're just going to go. That's it. So this is going to be an aura. So you can start with a stem and then do these. You can do 3, you can do 1. So let's do one more. On this, let's do this time a bigger one. And let's bring it down, do an aura and bring it down, and then you can just join it up. So this is a stalk, right? Then you can do branches of it, right? I'm doing it little 1 or 2 more so that I can show you little variation in the inner part. We will do a little of embellishments. You can don't go too deep, just stop off like, and these things you do it right at the center. So we're going to go right. So you can do these inside. You can just do and just ink this up, right? Or just ink it up completely, or ink it up fully, or just use your pencil, graphite, and just, because this is this, you can just color it up, just blend it up. Right? So that's all it's going to be. Or you can do a little more. You can do bands. Right? So I'm just going to show you my swatch card, so you can see variation the way it has been done. You can even do the outer one darkened. Also you can do that. Right? So that's this pattern. So I've just showed you in my swatch card. So the way you can, the other one is also you can do, just the outer one you can do it. So it looks like a kind of a bunch of plant growing, so you can do it. A lot of variation you can do on this. So today we're going to play with it a little differently. So if you're done, comfortable, we're done, we're good to go. So we're going to use this, but we're going to use a different string today, and we're going to work on it. So I'm just going to leave the swatch alone out here, and I'm going to take my tile, right, and I'm going to use my pencil, right, and I'm going to we're going to do 4 dots. I'm going to start with the 4 dots, and my line may not be straight, that's fine. And this Inktober was started by Jane Parker from 2009, and while I got to know only in 2019 about this thing, so he primarily started it to improve his skills. So he says the whole of the month he takes as a challenge and work on his inking skill. So Stephanie from Singapore, one of our certified Zentangle teacher, she adapted it around in 2016 to the meet, combined it with Zentangle. So there are 31 patterns which is used for the month, and every day you get to do it. So it's like a practice, a mini practice on the 31 days, just to, and you can use additional challenges. Like I have taken the challenge this time that I will work on the Renaissance tiles, and I will be using only black and brown pen and white charcoal and black pencil only, that I'm going to use. I'm going to stick it and then just going to work on it, just because I've been doing a lot of tan work. So I thought, let me improve my skills on that. On that small note, the reason is that I'm also working on this to just to improve mine. So this is a little bigger work where I've used, so if you can see, this is combined my tiles together to make a bigger piece of art. Right, that's been an inspiration from another certified Zentangle teacher. So let's do, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the string and then we will go. So I'm going to draw a string here. I'm going to draw a small arc, then I'm going to draw another, right? I'm just going to go make it a little. So basically I've done a bigger arc, and then I've done, so you can, when I'm drawing with pen, obviously I will be, then what I'm going to do is I'm right in the center and I'm going to make it here. I'm going to just go, I'm just going to use one of the flower pattern as a string out here of Zentangle, right? So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to use, just going to use, that's my reference so that I know that. So then I'm going to use another one out here. So we will go back and draw these strings on the pen. Now I'm going to use my pencil to draw the string. Right, so we're just using the, I'm going to use here also, I'm going to do, so joining them. That's it. If you want to keep increasing it, you can keep increasing it. I'm just going to stop with this. Right, now I'm just going to use my pen, right, I'm just going to go, right, here we will see what we want to do it, and I'm going to draw small orbs or the tipples, what we keep doing it. Right, and what we're going to do is we're going to fill inside these the inner flux, lunar flux we're going to use. So I'm just going to go, the strings, if I feel I need to change it a little when I'm using my pen, I might do it. Right, so we're going to do an aura. We're just doing a small aura, thin one, so that, and this is going to have a lot of inking. So if you're doing it online with me, then have a little thicker pen which has a nib, right? So we're going to just fill it here and then we will start. So You can do smaller ones, bigger ones, however you want to do it, you can do it. While we have done with one, then I will show you another reference for inspiration. Right, I'm just going to go change my pen because this is little on the broader end. Right. So I'm just going to use the lesser pressure and go ahead and do it in this. I'm going to just draw one of them out here, right, and I'm just going to draw another smaller one out here. Right, and we just keep growing. We just keep growing. You can do 2, 3. You can keep doing it. So we'll keep alternating it. Now that I'm like used to it. So if you need to do that, and then you can continue doing it. Right. I prefer drawing the tree drops and then doing some places. Some places I prefer drawing the stalk and then doing it. So when you're doing these, you can just do these edges. We usually do all these in the end, but I'm just showing you that these kind of gives a little different look to it. You can just do that. Just those joining places, you can just thicken it up. And these junctions, you can just thicken it up. Right, so let's do. It's like a branch which keeps growing. So we will let it grow till we have space. So till we have the space, we will let it go. We just let it go, and if you feel like you can do another smaller one, go ahead and do it. If you feel no, just leave it. Right, and then what we'll do is all these gaps, we're just going to ink it up. So that's why I said this is going to have a lot of inking. Now if you had not done the inking, then this, if you're going to ink it up, this corner edges which you're going to do, you don't need to do it because you're going to ink it up. So there's going to be a lot of inking, so I'm just going to take my little broader nib pen. See, that's a little more faster for me to do it. Go by small sections, then get into the bigger section, or get into a bigger section and divide that into like this areas, so you kind of getting into division of the sections, and then do it. Keep rotating your tile. So we're going to just ink it up fully. So we will see if you are able to do it. If not, because there's a lot of inking and there's small work. So if not, we'll do 2-3 petals, and then you can do it at your end. Just remember that when you're doing all these spaces, you remember where your pattern is. So focus, right? So we will do the same thing. Right? So we're going to repeat this in every of these petals. So we're going to do an inner aura, then do this. So some places we're going to just do this to the inner flux, or you can do various way of shading it, right? So I'm just going to show you a reference, because we are not sure how much we'll be able to do. So I've done this in the same tan, and this is what we're going to create. Right, that's a swatch card. This is where it is, and if you want, you can do a little bigger ones. You can go ahead and do the bigger ones. So we're just darkening up the string again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and darken the strings. So here, if you see that I'm changing my position to what my pencil is, so that's why your string is drawn in a pencil. Right? And I'm not going to rub it, erase it, because once you draw on top of it, it's going to disappear. So I know. So right, so we will just do the inner aura for everything, and we'll try finishing two to three petals, filling with the pattern string. We've taken the Inktober challenge pattern Lunar Flux. Why are we doing this aura is just to give a differentiation and a depth to your work. Right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a smaller one here. These three, let's finish it. So you can just keep at random doing your placement. So you don't need to follow the way I'm doing it. You can do your own, follow it. So you just let it keep growing, and if you get any other ideas, please do create it. It's fun to watch it. You can do it little far, close, these three ones. And I'm not going to do anything more, maybe a smaller one. Because otherwise it will be too much of inking. So maybe a smaller one I'm doing it. Right? So it's going to take so remember, when you are shading, focus and shade it so that you don't shade the pattern. Even if that happens, no worry. Zentangle teaches us no mistakes. So we're looking at creating something. I've created the same thing in a tan. using this pattern, Lunar Flux. Right? So let's go ink it up. Thanks, cousin. Would be happy to see your take. This actually is come on when I was doing my Inktober challenge. So it's come from that is what I've taken it. So when I was working on my Inktober, it's there on my story. You can watch it, or I can just show it across. So it's a Stillman book, very nice book, good quality. So I had done it out here. That was my first day, so I thought, why not do that itself. So there are always a lot of ways you can do it. That's the same one. You can have different ways of doing it. That's what a Zentangle is. So it makes it more unique. Right? But this takes a lot of time in filling it, inking it. So I wanted something in black, so I thought so you can just do the small one, tiny one also, just a small tiny one. That's also, you don't need to do a full one. So I'm just going to bring it a little close to show it. I would need to still, so if you see that I've done a very small one. There's a friend of mine, she pulls, that's called a manual zoom. When I lift my tile and show, it's called as a manual zoom. If you do a little longer stem, you get to do it on these sides. If you do a shorter thing, then you get, so if you're doing something like this, a longer stem makes a lot of difference. And you can do a little bigger one also, but this is somehow gives me a kind of a organic and a textured, a fabric kind of a effect. Do a little projected ones. Right? growing them, like the way your plants or the flowers grow. Keep growing them any direction you feel comfortable. Just grow them. Right? And if you feel you want to, you can also do something, just drawing a orb out here. Just leave it, don't ink it up, because your outer is going to be inked up, so just don't ink it up. So we're just drawing these stalks, which helps you to filling in and kind of not being too much of inking happening out there. It needs a lot of patience when you're creating like these, because this intricacy kind of needs a lot of patience. And this inking itself is kind of a very meditative, because it's the same stroke. And during the current period, I think you will like your mind to be occupied. So I hope everyone liked it, the tile which I am creating it. If you like it, just give a thumbs up or show your love on this. See, I told you it's going to get erased, so you don't need to worry about it. And if you would be really happy, off late I'm getting very less people are creating the tiles and sharing it. Don't feel shy. So if you see this, it's very pretty. We are not going to do inner one because it will become too much of darkening. So we're not going to do it. Yeah, we left, see, this is where. So we've left the space, so we just go back. That's why when you just go back and give a pause and look at your tile, you will find. Let's go back and ink it up. Right? So what we're going to do, we're not going to do much. We're just going to do, going to fill it with graphite. We're just going to do it on one side, right? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go around this place. Since I'm going to draw there, so I'm just going to do only this much. This is fully done, so I'm going to go around this place and I'm just going to do a graphite. And since I've done on this side, I'm just going to go show it. That's all is going to be our work with graphite. And I just use my stub and I just smoothen it up. Right? So So once I finish it, and all these things, I just pull it up. Right? That's all we're going to do, the complete one. And just to decorate here, we're just going to use these spaces, just 3 dots, a bigger dot, another small, another small. So we'll repeat that on all, right? And just to give a different effect, we just go back just a little distance from it, and we will do it, and then just flat. That gives you a art, will have a lift of your work, right? So let's finish. So how much ever we finish in this session, we will be doing, and what we'll do right at the bottom is that we're just going to darken it up on the tip, darken it up on this side, right? That's it. And then we're just going to leave it. Right? And if you have a white jelly roll, I'm not going to put it, because just put 2 dots, because I'm sure I'll smudge it up. So we'll put it 2 dots as of now, but I'm sure I'm going to smudge it. That's why I'm not doing much on it here, because white gets dried little, right? So we're just going to go around it with the graphite. So that gives you a right. So if you need, you can just go back again and give it another one more touch of it, right? And if you feel you want to, you can just go out this side also and do it. So you will find a little difference. Very light. Right, so let's complete it, and wherever we've done these small ones, we will go and one also, and just keep a small dot to it. Right, so let's finish all these small ones. And if you wanted to do different ones, like the way I have done it here, like some here like this white, black, you can go ahead and do it differently also. And like the swatch card which I've done different way of embellishment, you can go ahead and do it. Right? So let's And remember to turn the tiles. And you can just do a 1. There's nothing that you have to do 3. You can go ahead and do it. You're just going to fill it up. Something you can do with the 3 when it's a smaller area. But when it's like a little bigger, take a broader one. Right? So we just have another 5 minutes. So I don't think I'll be able to finish it. So I will do it, post the session, and then I'll post my tile. You can also share. And if you see the small spaces out here, so we'll ink the space. Right? So we'll do these bigger circles. If you have space, then you can do it. Right? So we have another. So let's see if I can finish it. But what happens when you kind of want to finish it up and you're running out of time? You kind of, your strokes kind of becomes faster, and but when you do it a little slow, you enjoy it, and you kind of it really works wonders. Right? So we've done kind of stuff here. So let's shade. Usually we finish it and we shade. Now that we are not going to be doing it the full session, so I'm going ahead and demonstrating that part. Otherwise we do the complete pattern and then we shade it in the end. So let's do the last two. This becomes very easy. It's a very small space, so we're going to do it. Right?
So it is no. So the vehicle is
We're just going to do.
we have few of the users who got internet access on their IDs. Like for me, I have internet available on my IDs itself. Okay, those not given to all the senior
Right? So we're going to do it one more.
They will not face any problem.
So if you see I've done a little bigger out here, you can do a little more bigger if you want to. Right, and we just go ink up the space. So let me see if I can take another 10 minutes. But my pet is already come and told me that time is over, get up. If I don't have my classes, then that's his playtime. They are very clear on their schedules. Right? So we're just left with one more. So let's finish that also. Right, and you can also do this one, right? So that gives you a kind of it gives you a little projection kind of a stuff. So let's finish it. Hope you liked the session. So you can have one out here, another one out here. So you can make this little longer. So you can keep playing with it. Not only this, any pattern you can keep playing. Right. Just keep playing around. Start with the center one and then go to the side. So that makes it a little easier for your orientation and for your right. So we just do one or two depending on. So that's it. So we'll just do another. This side there's a little more space, so I'm going to do one. And here. Alright. So we're just going to fill it. That's it. Our tile is ready. Not bad. So it took a little longer time, but I think I'm not done. A lot on shading. So shading is something which takes a little more time. It's something it takes a little more time. Go back and look at your tile and give it a little appreciation for the right. You can do these individual flowers shading, you can go ahead and do it also, but I'm not going to do all those because we are already late. right? So we just wind it up. We just do a little shading, not much. Very simple shading. You want to learn more, you can join my advanced classes. Right, so we've done. So we're just going to go fill it. Right, we're just going to put graphite. And if you see that I don't do a pencil like this, it's like flattened out. Right, so here we have not spread it, so we will just spread it up. Right, and then we just take our pencils and just smoothen it up. Very simple shading. Thanks, Pilla. Very simple shadings have done. You can see the swatch. You can do more way of embellishments. I'm just doing it at the tip, and I'm just going to pull it up with my stub. Right? If you like, you can do the inner one also, shading which I showed it out here. You can do the same thing in the inner one to give a little very slight. Right? So we use this pattern. And a reference, and this is from my Inktober journal. So it's from my Inktober. So just let me switch off my light so you can get to see it, because the light sometimes glass and you don't get to see it. Right? So see you all. And a small announcement, I won't be there for the next couple of days, a couple of weeks itself. So, but I would be posting work, I hope. So not sure. So see you all. Happy week and have a great time and enjoy the month if I'm not able to join in for the couple of weeks. So have fun. See you all. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Cheladix. Right. So we used a single pattern and then we kind of used a string, and then we played both. I played previous, and this is in black and white. So right? And the most important, we haven't done that. Let's put our signature chops and own our pretty work. Right? See you all. Bye. Bonito, thank you, bonito. Fantastica. Buenos dias. And see you all. Good night. Ciao.